Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Figure It Out Productions. The following video is part of our Quick Shoot series.
Hey guys, it's Adam here. Alright, so before I do my little review on this thing, I'm going to tell a little bit of a story. If you don't care about that story, you just want to see the review, if you can even really call it that, skip to this time code and you can see that. Otherwise, story time! Alright, now, then this is probably the last time I'll ever mention it, but I took a trip to Europe a while ago. While I was there, I did a bunch of videos. Hell, there's like a 3-hour-long playlist of tours and game stores and all that stuff. But when I was there, specifically in Portugal, I went to other stores like department stores, you know, the equivalent of like a Sears or a Best Buy even maybe, kind of thing, and just looked at video game stuff. I saw a lot of cool things. I saw various Wii U bundles, ones that I don't recall us ever getting. We might have gotten them in some cases. I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, I guess I'm not entirely certain about that. I saw the Mario Kart 8 bundle that comes with like a blue shell, which did not come out in North America except at Nintendo World in New York. I saw a copy of PES, or Pro Evolution Soccer 2014, for the PS2, which is the last PS2 game. So seeing that in person was kind of cool, but it was like 30 euros, so I wasn't going to pick that up, because eventually it'll be totally worthless, and it'll be just neat to have as a novelty and nothing more. I was also down the street from a like Chinese mall, and they sold a lot of cheap Chinese game clone type of things. No Family clones, but just a bunch of other random stuff that you go, who that was ever even slightly knowledgeable would ever buy any of this stuff? I mean, it's designed to look authentic and yet is totally fake. And I just found those type of things to be really rather funny and just crappy, and I just, you know, I don't know, I just thought they were really cool, so that's why I shot a bunch of footage of it for you guys to see. But that was not all I saw there. I went into a store called El Corte Inglés, which I'm probably not pronouncing correctly, and while I was in there, I saw this. It is something pretty neat. It is the Wii U the Wiimote Rapid Charging Kit, basically. Alright, so when I saw that, I went back to the hotel, because it was basically just down the street from my hotel, so I could go back and forth very easily. And I sat in the lobby where I had free Wi-Fi, and I looked up exactly what that was. And this is a matter of just a stroke of luck. I stumbled upon a video by a guy named CrusherBad64, who is actually a subscriber of this channel, and I want to give him a shout out here because he deserves it, because he's severely undersubbed, and he's a very knowledgeable guy with a lot of good content and a lot of good reviews. Specifically on hardware. And I watched his video, and what I learned from that was that this thing, which I'm actually just going to go ahead and take out of this bag here, this thing, the Wii Remote Rapid Charging Set, was released in Japan, it was released in Europe, and it was never released in North America except for Nintendo's parts website. Does that sound familiar? While I was in Portugal, no less, I actually released a video about the same type of thing for the Wii U Gamepad Battery. It's the same exact thing. It's a peripheral that Nintendo made to improve some of their technology, and they only released it in Japan and Europe, and then only had a very limited release through Nintendo's parts website, which is just, it hurts to think about. The goal of that one, of course, was to improve the battery life of the gamepad for the Wii U. This one, the goal of which is to improve the battery life of the Wiimote. Now, I do not like the Wiimote. I have never liked the Wiimote. I have talked a lot about it in the past and how much I don't like it, and people hate me for saying it. I don't know why you hate for that, it's just an opinion, but I stand by it. I hate that controller. I think it is terrible. One of the things I dislike about it was the fact that it used AA batteries. Now that's certainly not the thing that would make me hate it. It's just another thing to, you know, on the list of things I don't like about it. But Nintendo never solved that problem. A lot of consoles have, you use AA batteries for things, but there's always like some sort of official battery pack you can use to replace it. Nintendo never addressed it until this. But this didn't come out until 2013. At the time I make this, that was a year ago. The Wii launched in 2006. What the hell made them take so long? And I'm sure there's a few of you out there going, what are you talking about? I have like battery packs for my Wiimotes. You're lying. No, you have ones by Nyko or Energizer or some other third-party company, unless you actually are the person who owns this. Now, otherwise, congratulations. But then again, you didn't get it until 2013. Nyko and Energizer released a bunch of these things, and I actually bought one by Nyko, and it sucked. It had terrible battery life, and to this day it doesn't work worth a damn. So, everything I've heard, though, is that this one is incredible. And I decided to pick it up. However, I actually didn't pick it up in Portugal. You guys might have noticed it cost 40 euros, which is the equivalent of like $50, $55, something like that. And I looked online, just out of curiosity, at what the European affiliates of Amazon were charging for it. And in a sense of all unbelievable irony, Amazon.co.uk, where I had just come from, where I had never seen this thing, was actually selling it for about half of that, including shipping to the United States. So I was like, done. So I had that, so I went ahead and I ordered it on my phone while sitting in Portugal. I ordered something from a country I'd just been to the country I live in, so it would be there when I arrived. Yay, the internet. I like that. That's really neat. But, yeah, so I finally have had a chance to actually take a look at it and make a video about it for you guys, which is actually really the only reason I bought it. Other than obviously wanting to improve the battery life of the Wiimote, it's not a console I'm very likely to ever really visit again. I may, just because there are some games on there that are phenomenal, but I've always felt were totally ruined by that controller. A lot of people disagree with me on that, but it's just how I feel about it. I can't enjoy a game when I'm holding that controller. I just can't. So I'm very glad there's a lot of games that support the GameCube controller and the Pro controller and all that, but games like Super Mario Galaxy, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, games I would absolutely love to truly be able to embrace and experience. I sit there just holding it going, I feel like a fucking idiot holding this controller because I just hate it that much. I know, sorry, it's a stupid thing to rage about, but I wanted to at least eliminate the AA problem, and honestly, it was just to show you guys that this exists, because I know a lot of you guys love your Wii, and there's no knocking you for it. So I wanted you to know that this exists and that you can use this to really improve the battery life of your Wii, or Wiimotes. Now, the cool thing about this is that it's the rapid charging kit. If you charge for 9 minutes, you get an hour of power. If you charge for 90 minutes, 13 hours of power, which is really impressive. It really is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and unbox it for you, and then we'll go through the process of trying to use it here. Let's go ahead and open this up here. And inside, this is what we have. We have a charger, which I'll talk about in a second. And we have, if I can get it out, we have the unit, we have some instructions, we have some cardboard, and that looks to be everything that's in there. Now, it is worth noting that this does not include an actual Wiimote. Now, this is the Wiimote I intend to use with it. This is the one that came with my Wii Mini. It's also the only one I have that has Wii Motion Plus technology built into it, so it's just the way to go for me. So we'll take a look at the dock here. That's what you place it in. Now, of course, there's plastic around, which I'll take off. And it comes with a brand new Wii Condom thing. Now, the reason for that is it has a battery. It's inside the bag with the Wii Condom thing. There we go. Now, the thing about this is that the charging dock, not that that matters so much, but the battery is black. So unless you have a black Wiimote, it's not going to match. Now, personally, I don't give a crap about that. And it goes the same with the Wii Condom thing. It's obviously clear. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me that they packaged them two different ways. Like, this is essentially white, and this is black. So you should have either done both white or both black. It was kind of weird to switch them up. I know they probably thought, well, it's kind of clear, so you can see through it, so whatever. But really, come on, that's such an overriding color, whereas this one is red. But I don't know. I don't really care that much about the color. So I'll go through installation in a second, but the one thing I want to address real quick before we do that is the charger. Now this is important if you live in North America, the US or Canada. The charger that it comes with, depending on which version you get, will not be compatible in your region. The one, if you get it from the UK, which is where it was the cheapest, will look like this. It's a 3-pronged thing. It's the UK power supply. We can't use this here unless you have either an appropriate power adapter, or you, well, I'll talk about the other solution in a second. You need a power adapter to use this in North America. If you buy the one from mainland Europe, same deal. If you buy it from Japan, you can use that here, but the power is not quite the same, so over time it'll chew away and break the unit down. So that's not recommended either. So what is the solution? Well, Nintendo did us a huge favor with the design of this thing. If you actually look on the box, it straight up tells you exactly what kind of adapter it is. It is a Nintendo 3DS AC adapter. What does that mean? Well, it means you can take your good old North American 3DS or 2DS power supply, and you can just go ahead and use that and just connect it straight in, and that's all you got to do. It will work. That's pretty convenient. Now, of course, that requires that you actually have a 2DS or a 3DS. But the point is, you could go out and actually buy one of these, or you can buy the adapter. But make sure you do one of those two things if you plan to import it, because otherwise you won't be able to use it. So these are the primary items, and I'm going to show you very quickly how the installation process works. First, you take your old Wiimote, and you take the Wii Condom thing off, assuming you have one on there, and I'm betting you probably do. So that comes off all the way, just like that. And then you take out the old battery slot. Now, as you can see, I didn't even have any AA's in there. You basically just take this and swap it in where that would have been by putting this at the top and then pushing down and clasping that into place. Now, it looks a little funky, although I actually personally like the black and red. That actually looks pretty cool to me. And then you take it and just slip it into the new Wii Condom. And look, it already had some power. That's kind of weird. Now you slide this through there. I guess you could use this new one if you want. I personally would prefer to keep the red one on there. And I'm sure you guys knew how to figure out how to put on the little Wii Condom thing. You guys should all learn how to put on a condom. It's very important. But anyway, there you can see why it's significant, because it has a hole there for the power base. So you've got your little dock, and you've already taken the plastic off. I'm sure I didn't have to show you how to do that. You take your 3DS power supply there, and you plug it in right there in the back. If you can see it, like that, no problem. So you put it down, and then you take the Wiimote, and you just sit it into the cradle. It's incredibly simple. And you'll know it's working because right there's a little orange light and it says charge. I'm assuming, although I do not know, that once it's done, that will actually switch from orange to blue, or perhaps it'll turn off entirely, I don't know. But what you want to do is just let it charge. Like with any new battery, once you get it, it's best not to use the device. It's best to just let it charge to its fullest capacity, because that has something to do with how long a battery will be able to retain a charge and how long it will live, is if when it's brand new, you charge it up to full or not. So I highly advise doing that. At least that's what I've been told. All right, so I let it charge, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It works. And I haven't had a whole day with it, but based on what I know from other people's reviews, I'm very inclined to believe exactly what Nintendo claims about its power, especially because of that Wii U Gamepad Battery and how good that is. So I apologize if I didn't wait long enough to give you my general thoughts, but I really don't have anything negative to say about it. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It makes the battery life of the Wiimote better. And if you're in the market for that at this point in time, again, it is so strange that Nintendo waited until 2013, despite the fact that the Wii sold over 100 million units. They waited until their successor console was out before they released this, which is just strange. But maybe that was necessary for them to get to that point technologically. I don't know. But point is, it is out. It's a little obscure, but I would recommend it in the end if, again, you really want to improve the battery life of your Wiimote. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, because honestly, I did this 100% for you. This is not something I'm ever going to get any real excitement out of. So I paid out of pocket so that you guys could see this. So I hope you guys liked it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.